This is a democracy. It is not an elected autocracy. We need to remind this government. To this government, I say, stop lying to us all the time about growth rates, about migrant welfare, about expenditure, and the laughable delusion that the PM cares.
Transparency is a virtue, and I'm glad you're asking for it. And if PM in 1948 thought it fit to appoint the president of the Congress party as one of the members, which is an unregistered, I guess, a trust. Till today, you didn't bother to ask it to be registered. I don't understand why. You should have actually asked, hey, we are running this trust, why didn't you have it registered? Register it. No, not one voice in that party. It took 23 MPs to write a letter now, after 50 years. Transparency चाहिए तो हमारे जनसंघ की वरिष्ठ नेता को उसमें डाल देते हैं, श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जी को डाल देते थे। नहीं, सोशलिस्ट कितने सारे वरिष्ठ सोशलिस्ट थे, राम मनोहर लोहिया जी को डाल देते थे। ट्रांसपेरेंसी वो होता है, नॉट ट्रांसपेरेंसी विद जस्ट माय कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट। नो, registration, PM Cares Fund is registered. PM National Relief Fund not registered. Transparency hai? Transparency. Second, I'm coming, each one. You're always impatient, Professor. You're always impatient, Professor. You're always impatient. Listen to the answer. Next. No combating. You called me names. You've twisted my statements. You've gone out to give untruth about me. So you should have the thick skin to hear this at least from a woman. From a woman. Sir, objectives, if I have to read it, both are similar. I want to give the advantage to PM National Relief Fund as much I will give an advantage to PM Cares Fund. Objective is to deal with any kind of emergency or distress situation like the one posed by COVID, PM Cares Fund. Funds, PM National Relief Fund. Funds is to be utilized for various schemes announced by the PM. Funds are also utilized for medical assistance, floods, droughts, terrorist violence, etc. In spite of that, there was a question which Honorable MOS asked you. Floods in 5-6 states of the country. But no, don't give it away because Jawaharlal Nehru Museum might get less money. Is that true or not? Deny if it's not true, but deny. Don't remain quiet. That's not leader of the opposition. Particularly, that's not leader of the opposition of a whole party. That's not, particularly if you're asking for transparency. Answer his questions. Answer his questions or else you cannot have the right to ask questions of us. आप जवाब दो, नहीं तो मुझे प्रश्न ही सुनना नहीं चाहिए आपसे। ऑडिट, दोनों का ऑडिट आज SARC एंड एसोसिएट्स कर रहे हैं, दोनों का। So where is your worry about the transparency bit? But you should be worried because after the audit, जैसे MOS ने बताया, वेबसाइट में ऑडिटेड अकाउंट्स डाला रखा है, मगर PM नेशनल रिलीफ फंड में पिछले कितने सालों से मीटिंग तक ही नहीं हुआ ना। सिंस 1985 एक सिटिंग मीटिंग तक नहीं हुआ। जरा पब्लिक फंड है, इसीलिए उनसे भी पूछा करो ना। प्लीज होल्ड द मीटिंग, प्लीज पुट अप द ऑडिटेड अकाउंट्स, पुट इट इन द वेबसाइट, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कॉपीज टू ऑल द MPs। वो भी करिए ना, in the name of transparency. Next, applicability of RTI. RTI के ऊपर इतना लगाव है, इसमें हिंदी राइट, लगाव राइट, not applicable. PM Cares का not applicable as not a public authority substantially funded by the government. है ना? What is it for PM National Relief Fund? Not applicable as not a public authority substantially funded by the government. इन दोनों में status on RTI similar है, मगर आपका गुस्सा RTI के ऊपर हमारे ऊपर ही लगता है, आपके ऊपर नहीं, क्योंकि उधर डर है। RTI उधर प्रश्न पूछने में आपको डर लगता है। Administration दोनों का on an honorary basis, Joint Secretary Administration of the PMO used to do it. दोनों को एक ही है. But where is the big difference? It is in the management. The management of the Prime Minister's PM Cares Fund is Prime Minister is the ex officio. And like the way MOS said, every other trustee is there by virtue of the post that they're holding. Home Minister, Defense Minister, Finance Minister, and nominated ex officio trustees who are eminent persons from field of science and law and whatever. And they together sit and take a milepost shift करने वाले काम. छोड़ो जी, छोड़ो. Management and decision making goes on record with regularly held meeting and recorded minutes. Whereas what is the management of PM National Relief Fund? Managing committee consists of Prime Minister, President of the Indian National Congress, only party. And that only party's president will be there. Transparency is achieved. इस देश में कितने पार्टियां हैं भाई साहब? माननीय स्पीकर जी, हजारों की संख्या में पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज इस देश में है. सबको लगाओ. सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी का क्या अहमियत है कि उनको ही जीवन भर, डायनास्टी भर उधर रहेंगे? ये ट्रांसपेरेंसी का नमूना है क्या?